What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Turbo John YouTube channel.
No, this isn't the Turbo John YouTube channel.
Oh, it's not?
No, this is the Drag Racer's Wife YouTube channel. This is my channel to support you.
Oh.
This is going to be hard. Hey, welcome to the Drag Racer's Wife YouTube channel. I am Kelly Phillips, wife of...
Turbo John.
So John has a YouTube channel you might know or might not know called Turbo John Racing. And I support John with his racing. The problem is I'm not exactly a drag racing person or fan, I guess you would say, right?
You're not a fan?
Well, I'm a fan now, but before I met you, I never even thought about drag racing.
Yeah, and I kind of suckered you in on that, didn't I? On the whole drag racing thing.
Yeah. So let's tell the story of like how we met, and because I think here's the thing. Here's why I'm starting this channel, because a lot of people have expressed to me that they appreciate how I support him, even though I'm not really like a drag racing person at heart. But they see that I'm out there with him, helping him out, supporting him, and I thought, yeah, that's true, and maybe, maybe I should show my views on that. The other reason I wanted to put out the channel is because when I'm at the track, I'm in the pit all the time, and I'm running our tables and cooking food and doing stuff like that. But I talk to some really cool people.
Yeah. We got some awesome people that come to the racetrack.
Yes. Like, I meet people from all over the country, all over the world that come to the race. Some of them never heard of Turbo John. Some of them came just to see Turbo John. But they all have stories. And the stories are pretty cool. And you'll never know those stories because they don't have YouTube channels. So I thought we could use this to give you a little bit of a behind-the-scenes view of what goes on outside of what he's filming, and also get to know some of the everyday regular people that are racing or coming to see the races. So that's kind of my plan for the channel.
Cool, that sounds good. Are you planning? Are you going to go talk to any other racers' wives as well?
Heck yeah.
So you're going to talk to the other racers' wives? Because some of the wives, I mean, they race themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they are the hardcore racers just like us.
I so admire that.
And then, I mean, other ones, are just there to hang out and support, which is awesome.
Help and support like I do. Well, and the other thing, here's the funny thing. Every time I talk to another racer's wife at the track, we compare bathroom stories about the different tracks.
Bathroom stories?
Because, like what are the bathrooms like at the different tracks? Because that's a big deal for us ladies who are going to be in a track for 2 or 3 days straight and may not have an RV or, have young children. So it's like, what are the bathrooms like? Are there changing tables? Are they clean? Are there spiders? Because there's spiders a lot.
But yeah, I think this is a great channel. It gives people the opportunity. And something else that's awesome is, people see us and you go to the track a lot, but you don't go to the track a lot. Right. It depends. And, you being supportive of me, I mean, doesn't mean you have to be there with me every single time, because you have things that you're doing as well. And so I appreciate you allowing me to still go to the track and not complaining and griping. I mean, because, the story of how we met. We met on MySpace, so that we were ahead of our time.
Yeah, we met online.
That was like 15 years ago. So that was when MySpace was a big thing, not
2006.
Facebook. Before we actually met, I had a Mustang for sale. I sold that car, and so I had no race car when we actually met.
No, but I knew he was a racer. I mean, he told me he was a racer. He told me he was selling his car, all that stuff. But I didn't understand what that meant.
I didn't understand exactly the involvement that racing is, the lifestyle that racers have. Right. Because it's a lifestyle.
It is, and it really, well, here's the thing about being a racer's wife. I feel like you're either all in or you're completely on the outside. Because before we had our son, I went to the track pretty much most of the time with you, but I didn't do much. Like, I wasn't really involved in it. At least the big races I went to. And then when we had our son, I quit going probably for 3 years when he was a little baby. Because it's hard to have a baby at the track. I see a lot of people do it, and I have so much respect.
Yeah, it's hard.
Because it's tough. Hard. So when he turned around 3, we started going again. But it wasn't really until you started the YouTube channel that I got involved.
Right.
So, like, I would go or I would, stay home and work on, because I have my own business. For a while, I was working full time, trying to build my own business and taking care of our son. So, I, didn't have a lot of time to spend weekends at the track. But once, how long have we had your channel?
It's been 2.5 years now. So,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
So then I started going more because he needed me. Like, he needed me to film. He needed me to help him with the car when there weren't other people there. So I started going a lot more and learning a lot more about it. But I feel like as a racer's wife, I see that either the wife is involved and is like driving the push vehicle and packing the parachute and doing stuff, or you never see them. There's racers that we've known for years. I've never met their spouses.
Right.
So I feel like I don't see a lot of middle of the road. I feel like most of us racer wives choose to either be involved or not. And I'm kind of glad the YouTube channel has been a blessing in so many ways for us, because I don't know that I'd be as involved if you didn't need me there so much more now.
Right.
And I'm really glad that happened, because I've met some amazing people, and now I can be a part of what you're doing, even though cars are not an interest of mine. Like, people ask me, like, what size engine is that? And I'm like, I forget. I'm like an idiot, but I don't have an aptitude for the car stuff.
Well, it's just fun. It's good that you help. Now, you're right. The YouTube channel has definitely made it so that, you participate more in it. And that's awesome. But, being the family stuff, you were doing a lot of family stuff too. And racing takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of money. But when you're short on money, then you have two things you can do: time. And so, one of the things that was funny, when I was building that car, I sold that car, we met, and then I started building a car. And so then you kind of started seeing a little bit of, what was involved as far as like, okay, well, this guy's got an addiction. It's drag racing.
Yes.
I mean, it's not drugs or anything illegal, but I mean, it is. I mean, it's hard. Drag racing is one of those things that it's, it's like the Forrest Gump, with the shrimp thing. I think about cars. I drive cars.
That's
I work on
true.
cars.
So true.
I think about what I'm going to do to my car. It's just that's the Forrest Gump of drag
When
racing.
we drive in the car going to dinner, he's on the phone talking about cars.
Talking
to
about
other
cars.
people.
I mean, but that's what it is, right? I mean, that's what drag racing is for most people.
Yeah.
And and having and doing the family side, it was so funny when we had our son. He would go to bed at like 6:30, 7 o'clock. So Dunn Benson Drag Strip Galat was right around the corner. My car that I currently have, it was still a street car. And so I would help get him in bed. And once he fell asleep, what did I do?
Off to the track.
Off to the track. And I would drive to the track. She would hang out at the house and do her work stuff. And I'd go to the drag strip. And then I'd get back in the neighborhood, cut the car off so I could coast into the driveway and not wake the baby up. And and we do. I mean, that's what it's a blend.
Yeah.
You have to have some drag racing families, they build engines in the house, and I have done some stuff on the stove, heating and cooling.
Yes. And use many of my kitchen utensils.
Yeah, kitchen
unbeknownst
utensils.
to me until I see the video.
She's like, was that really my good one? I'm like, it was good. It looked like a normal one to me.
Yes. Here's the thing. So I did understand when we got married. Like, I knew. Like, I knew his car was running at that point. And so, like, I did understand when we got married what I was getting into. And I told him that I promised him that I would never ask him not to race. Because I think that's a big thing for couples who get married and then family happens. You start building a family. And then all of a sudden, the hobby has to go. And it's not just drag racing. It's any kind of hobby.
That's right.
It's musicians. It's whatever. And I know how much drag racing meant to him and means to him. And so I told him before we got married, I'll never ask you to stop. And I never will. I mean, this is what he loves to do. He doesn't do anything else. He has no other hobbies.
Right.
This is it. And he's so respectful of our family budget. And he's respectful of our family time. It has to come from both sides, I guess. I have to not whine and complain when he's gone every night of the week because he's getting ready for a big race. But then he has to recognize those moments when family comes first. And we both have to hold up our end of the deal. Right. Or it doesn't work. Then that's when tension could happen. But it hasn't really.
Right.
I guess because we communicate with each other.
I mean, I think that's the key thing is, just being able to talk about it and, you supporting what I do and I support what you do. And family is, important, and that's the most important thing. But yeah, it's fun. I think this channel though is going to be awesome. I mean, I think it'll be awesome to see, because I mean, a lot of times I'm working on the car, doing stuff in between rounds, and you or Randy or Milton or somebody, or Brandon will grab me, and say, hey, look, come over here and talk to this person. And there's a lot of stuff that I don't see that's happening though, so that you see. So it'd be interesting to see some of these bathroom reviews, and the interactions with some of the people that I don't get to talk to.
Yeah, I think you'll be surprised to hear all the backstories, because you don't. I hear the backstory and then I'm just like, hey, come sign this.
All right. And there's and it's one of those things that, I mean, a lot of people are just like us. They're in the same predicament. They love drag racing. The families are supportive, and they're doing it, and they're just coming, hanging out, either racing or watching racing in the process of building a car, because I mean it is expensive to build these things.
Time consuming.
It's very time consuming and very expensive. Okay, go ahead.
So you need to tell the story of the weekend we got engaged.
I decided that after a short period of time, we'd only dated a short period of time, but when you know, right? For us anyway. But I had ordered her a ring, and when I got it, I didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to. So I sent it back. And so we had a weekend planned for the beach, and we were going to the beach, and that's where I was going to propose, on the beach. I was like, Kelly was like, okay, let's go. She shows up at the house, got her bags packed. She's like, let's go to the beach. We're going to the beach. This is going to be awesome. I was like, sweet. I was like, but there's one problem. I've got a part that is delivering.
And I'm looking at him, I'm like...
I was like, there's a part coming. It's coming in the mail. The mail normally runs at like 1 or 2 o'clock. And so we got to wait on the part, because it's very expensive. I can't just leave it in the mailbox. And so that's what we did. And so...
And for the first hour, I was very patient. Then the second hour... It was a little bit like that waiting on the UPS man video.
Right. That was me looking out the window going... Oh no! And then, I'm
starting to get a little ticked. I was internally.
You never showed it, though.
I did.
You did not voice it at all.
Well, because at that point I understood. Like, I understood the whole car thing, and I was like, "Look, this is it. If I'm committing to this guy, if he's the one, this is gonna be my life. The car parts are important." So I made a conscious decision to be nice about it. That's what I did.
How would that have been if you'd have been like showing your butt, and then we would have left?
That'd have been so embarrassing.
And then I would have had to make a decision.
Yeah, like, would you even have proposed
right.
At that point?
I probably would have, but without a ring, been like, your ring's at the house.
Because you wouldn't wait for it.
Because you wouldn't wait.
Yeah. So, but then, so the mailman pulls up, and she doesn't put the package in the box and starts going, and he goes running out across the lawn after her. He's like, wait. And so she stops and she digs it out. It was in her truck, but she, for some reason, didn't see it to put it in the mailbox.
See, looking out the window for parts is important.
So he ran after her and he got it, and I didn't even try to see what the part was, because at that point I know nothing about cars. I wouldn't have known what a part was anyway. Now I probably would look, because right. I know a little more. I'm a little more vested. But at the time I was like, can we just go now?
Let's go.
Let's go in the car.
That's funny.
So it worked out pretty well.
It did work out.
And then afterwards, when he told me, and I was like, I'm so glad that I didn't get mad at him.
So glad I didn't just throw a fit. Let's go. Let's go now. It can wait.
Yeah, it's a car part.
Get a neighbor to get it.
Deal. What are you doing? I'm more important.
That's funny. That is hilarious.
It is funny.
That is a good story.
It's a great story. It kind of shows, though, how our relationship has been from the beginning. Like,
yeah, that's true.
It's important to you. It's not important to me, but what's important to you is important to me, and vice versa. Right. And we make that work. Even when there's a conflict between what's important between the two of us, we figure it out. We talk and figure it out, right, so that we don't get in a fight or get mad or resentful.
That's what you have to do to have a loving relationship that works.
Yeah. So anyway, that is kind of the story of how we met, how I got roped into the drag racing world.
You get greasy occasionally, handing me parts and tools.
Yeah. And I'm actually, I miss the track. Like, it's January. We haven't gone to the track for weeks.
A few weeks, yeah.
And I actually am kind of missing it. I'm missing the people, for sure. I'm missing our drag racing family. It
is. It's fun. It's exciting. Drag racing is something that, a lot of people, the drag racers get it. The people that, start building cars, they get it. But a lot of people just never understand the camaraderie and the relationships you build with people that you have nothing in common with.
Yeah.
But drag racing, and drag racing is, how you build, family and friends. I mean, it really is amazing. It's a fun sport. It's a good time. It's awesome.
Yeah. I'm glad you're doing it.
Well, thank you.
I'm glad you're letting me be a part of it.
Thank you for participating and helping.
You're welcome. So, all right. So when we start going back to the track again, which hopefully in a few weeks, we'll start seeing some videos on this channel, see some fan interviews and some track reviews about what the different tracks were like for those of you who are planning on going and wondering.
All right.
And just whatever else is interesting. So let me know in the comments what you want to see.
Comment, like, and subscribe, guys. See
Comment,
y'all.
like, and subscribe.